is ARMAN KUSHAIRY bin ASWANDI. My metric number is B0920104005.
My name is Muhammad IRFAN DANIAL bin HEIDIZANI. My metric number is B0920100077.
My name is NAJIHA binti JUSRI. My metric number is B0920100096.
My name is ZARIF IKRAM bin ZAKIR, metric number B0920100366.
My name is DANIAL and my number metric is B0920102881.
We loosen this screw of this side mirror. We unscrew the power set of this LC motor.
You'll be here soon.
Now we unscrew. What is this called?
Reservoir.
Reservoir.
Over something that never was.
Now we open the
Cover.
the brake cover. You can see. Yes.
Me and you. I guess it wasn't true.
Okay, this is how to do the flashing. So we press. Okay, buka dan tutup. Buka, tutup balik. Jom.
Sampai habis tak?
I thought it'd be me and you. Hard to
See the what we call this? The reservoir is empty. So we pump until there is no brake fluid
Come out from this one.
coming out. Okay, pun.
Fill the oil reservoir.
me at the drive away. Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you.
Lead. We need to hold this brake closely. Then we open this. Okay, then we close back. So we need to repeat until all this oil, all in this hose,
There's no bubble.
there is no bubble and the brake tight and efficient back.
Pressure.
Pressure. Ikat balik. Ikat bawah. Okay, so lepas tekan balik.
And you have nothing else to say. What do you want me to say? Try blending my emotions. I know you're about to be oceans away. Please quit asking me to stay. I'm weak under your grasp and my heart it won't last. No, my heart won't last. I thought it'd be me and you. I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this. I guess there was never me in it.
Stop the process of the bleeding when there's more pressure on the brake level, and also there's no bubble coming out of the bleeding screw, and there's no more bubble coming out from the reservoir. Then we top up the reservoir oil to full.
We're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the leaves. Ooh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run till the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light.
Next, we're going to do this inspection on the brake caliper.
We're gonna open the brake caliper.
We're from a different time, yeah.
So as we can see, the condition, the brake pad condition is very good, and it still can use.
Holding the key, yeah, we're tired as can be. We're rolling, just like we please. Ooh, getting caught in the mist is a minute they'll never get out of. We're feeling the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're gonna run till the end, and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna.
This brake, it still can be used. Very clean. The surface is very smooth. Yes, it's smooth. Okay, so now we're gonna test the performance and the function of the brake. Okay, as we can see, the brake is boleh pakai. It can be used. Yes.
Assalamualaikum and good day. Today I'm going to present the assignment brake flushing and brake bleeding. So my group members are me myself, IRFAN DANIAL, NOOR NAJIHA, ZARIF, IKRAM and ARMAN KUSHAIRY. So for the introduction, hydraulic brake. Hydraulic brakes use special fluid that is thick and functions under high pressure to ensure brakes are always responsive. Brake fluid need to be changed due to water and air and also rust contamination over time. Old and contaminated brake fluid can cause the brake failures as it leads to less responsive braking. Brake fluid flushing is a process which old brake fluid is flushed by a new brake fluid that are forced through the entire hydraulic system. This process can be done manually or using a flushing machine. The bleeding process is a process of removing air from the hydraulic system. Air needs to be removed out of the system as it causes the brakes become inefficient and cannot produce high braking system.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NAJIHA BINTI JUSRI MENIN with metric number B09201009. So I will explain about the procedure and work process. The first thing is the discipline and safety regulation. The first step is you have to wear lab jacket and safety shoes. Use oil pump and bleeding hose to avoid brake fluid spilling on the floor. The next one is keep the working area clean and organized, and dispose the waste correctly. Be aware of your surrounding and never work underneath a vehicle until it has been properly supported. Okay, next, so I will explain about the result and outcome of this lab. So there is 4 parts in this result. The first one is this rotor surface. The conditions of this rotor surface is the surface is smooth and even. There is no damage, cracks or the disc on the disc rotor surface, and the disc rotor can be used again. The next one is outboard brake pad. The brake pad is still thick and the surface is still even. The brake pad can still be used again. And inboard brake pad. The conditions of the inboard brake pad is the brake pad is still thick and the surface is still even, and the brake pad can still be used again. The other one is piston. The piston's movement is still good and the piston is not stuck or seized. Thank you.
My name is ARMAN KUSHAIRY bin ASWANDI and my metric number is B0920100405. And today I'm going to continue for the discussion for brake flushing and bleeding. So for the first discussion is difference between brake flushing and brake bleeding. The main difference between brake flushing and brake bleeding is brake flushing remove all the old brake fluid and replace it with a new fresh and clean brake fluid. While on the other hand, the brake bleeding is a process of removing air bubbles in the brake system to optimize the braking performance of a vehicle. Next, why do we need to make sure that there are no air bubbles in the brake system? Air is a compressible matter, and with enough air in the brake system, it can prevent the brake fluid from flowing properly, and the transfer of brake pressure cannot be transferred fully to the brake caliper, and it reduces the efficiency of the brake. It will lead to soft and spongy brake pedal. Hence, this could result in problem in controlling the car in braking situation, and it can also cause accident.
My name is Lee Hang, number matrix B0920102881. So now I'm gonna explain the discussion. So what is the difference between all type of brake fluid? So for example, dot 3, dot 4, dot 5, dot 5.1. So the main difference in all those type of brake fluid is the dry and wet boiling point. In short, the higher the dot number, the higher the dry and wet boiling point of the brake fluid. The other main difference is the composition of the brake fluid for each type of brake fluid. So for the example, the dot 3 is made of glycol ether, the dot 4 brake fluid is made of glycol ether and borate ester. The dot 5 is made of silicone, and lastly the dot 5.1 is also made of glycol ether and borate ester. The viscosity of the brake fluid is all different to one another. So for the next slide, compare the condition of the brake system of the bike before and after flushing and bleeding process. And before the flushing and bleeding process, the motorcycle brakes system was a bit unresponsive, and the brake lever was slightly soft and spongy. The reason of this could be the presence of air in the brake system. After the bleeding and flushing process, the brake system is much better since it is more responsive and efficient. The brake feels safer to use than before since the hydraulic pressure has been fully restored because there is no more air trapped in the system. Okay, thank you very much.
As a conclusion, brakes are very important in providing safety to the driver and the passenger of the vehicle. Hence, the brake must be inspected and serviced frequently to ensure there will be no braking failure, especially during critical situations on the road. Some of the ways to always keep the brakes in good condition are by flushing and bleeding the brakes. The brakes are suggested to be flushed and bled in every 50,000 km or every 2 years, or whichever comes first. In this assessment, the procedure and step on bleeding and flushing the brake are done. During the flushing process, the old brake fluids had been replaced with the new and clean brake fluids to make sure that the old contaminated and discolored is not in the system and replaced with the new one. The brake bleeding process was done to remove all the trapped air out of the system, and this process was done by using the correct tools and procedure to ensure that the brakes is in good condition and the motorcycle is safe to be used. The parts of the disc brake system are also inspected to check for any damage or faulty components so that they could be changed or repaired.